So this is important to me because Michelle asked the question, how do you submit to someone in helping them fulfill God's plan for the family if they're not leading spiritually? And Allison, she asked the same thing. How do you submit to a husband who isn't leading spiritually? Now, here's what I love about the Bible. The same passages that Paul talks about in Ephesians, to the church in Ephesus, about here's how you submit. Peter, in 1 Peter chapter 2, uses the same kind of language. He models it by saying Christ submitted to those over him, and when they insulted him, he did not retaliate. He entrusted himself to God. And that's what it says in chapter 2. In chapter 3, Peter says, wives, in that same way, submit yourselves to the husband. But he goes on, and this is key. He says, wives, in the same way, submit yourselves to your own husbands, so that, here's why you do it. Now you're not trying to help fulfill God's plan. You're doing it so that if your husband does not believe the word, they may be won over without words by the behavior of the wives when they see the purity and the reverence of your lives. He's saying when you do this, you're submitting not because your husband is helping to lead and you're helping to fulfill the plan. You're submitting to God's overall plan so that your life, your submitted life, not to him, but to Christ, may show him the love of Christ. It's still God's plan for your family, but now you're in the key role. You're the leader who has to show the husband, here's what it is like to be loved by God. And now this is not about submitting to violence. This is not about submitting to being a doormat. That's a whole other conversation. This is about you being the Christian leader in a home where there isn't one.